We at Lush Brighton are firm believers in giving back and making the world lusher than we found it. And I think a big part of that is making sure that the spaces and the community that we inhabit are well represented and well supported. And the trans community and supporting the trans community in Brighton is really important to us. So a close-up event is bringing in garments, items that no longer bring you joy, that you don't wear or want anymore, bringing them to the event and then swapping it for other items that people have brought. So it's a really great, sustainable way to find your next favourite piece whilst making other people feel beautiful by donating something that you no longer love. And all of the proceeds from that is going to the Claire Project.
So the Claire Project are a charity that are running safe spaces for trans, non-binary and gender non-conforming folk. Obviously, like, part of being in the community and part of being a part of events and going to trans spaces and stuff like that, it can be quite an overstimulating environment. And it's about creating safe spaces for them to like be able to interact with each other and just meet and feel safe and hang out. When I started out buying clothes like in shops and stuff, I think it was quite an anxiety-inducing experience. But I think like now, I'm pretty chill. Yeah, for me, like going into a clothing shop and like looking at clothes is like a huge part of like helping me match up like my identity and like helping me express myself, which is the same for people who are trans or not, but like feels like extra special, I think, when I'm going out and finding clothes for myself. My favourite part of the event was people coming in and finding clothes that matched up with them more. I think what I really like is when you see like someone who is from the community comes in and like finds a bit of clothing that like they've always wanted that like matches up with them, and like getting rid of an item of clothing that doesn't match up with them but matches up with someone else. So it's just like this really nice like bouncing off each other of like people being like, oh my god, I don't like this anymore, but I love that, just like all that sort of stuff. So it's really nice. I think that's my favourite part. I think like Lush Brighton's like been a very like inclusive space and has like definitely wanted to like help like people from the community and help people who are neurodivergent, and I think there's not many spaces like that, especially in retail.
Like as a shop, we're quite firm believers in being a keystone species, so it's something that's a species that gives more back to the environment than it takes. So in terms of why we're getting involved and why this is important to us, we're always looking at, in any way, in any space that we inhabit, how we can give more than we take.